Good morning.
Great morning, Platinum Executive Directors.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Good morning.
Great morning, Platinum.
Morning.
All right, let's get this party started.
Great
Great
morning.
morning, Team Platinum Executive Directors. I love it. This group, you are the executive director makers in the organization. You are the leaders who produce leaders. You are the masters of the Team Platinum Born CEO system and culture. And today I want to kick us off with ED by the seventh, that mindset of executive director by the seventh. But more importantly, who am I driving? The question of the day, who am I driving to 700 premium today? Who am I driving to 700 premium today? The mindset behind that, the spirit behind it, the belief level behind that. Let's talk about that this morning. We all know the 5 internal gauges of success and constantly checking our temperature, desire. And I'm gonna focus that on this topic today. Your desire on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is it to drive somebody to 700 in premium today? Your belief that you can drive somebody to 700 in premium today. Check your temperature on a scale of 1 to 10. How strong is your belief, and not to manufacture it to be what it's not, but to really be aware. Is it a 10? Is it a 7? Is it a 5? Is it a 2? Like, where honestly is your belief that you can drive a person to 700 in premium today? And then focus. How focused are you on a scale of 1 to 10 and driving a leg to 700 in premium today? Urgency. How urgent are you, and how can you be more urgent and productive in driving somebody to 700 in premium today? And then work ethic. How strong is your work ethic in driving somebody to 700 in premium today? So first start with the gauges, kind of check your current gauges. And hopefully by the end of this next few minutes, you'll find some ways to increase your gauges so that you're firing on a 10. This is one of our secret skills to master within our Team Platinum success system. Our system is like a spider web. A spider web is a system of systems. Each web affects the other web. We've got our game plan checklist. That's a part of the system. We've got the 5 gauges, the 5 internal gauges. That's a part of our system. And then what I'm talking about, driving the ability to drive a leg to 700 in premium within 24 to 72 hours. That's one of our leadership systems. And while I remember, when you go to BornCEO.com/leadership, BornCEO.com/leadership, underneath the playlist, the audio and personal development leadership library, it says additional leadership resources. I'm working on a new document that I've already started in there called Pathway to Platinum, where I'm writing down some of the strategies. I'm capturing the strategies to go platinum, to develop executive director teams in that document, Pathway to Platinum. Like, for example, I think I started it off with, the mindset behind leading someone through the game plan checklist. Like there's a leadership aspect of that. And so check that out, and it'll be evolving as we go. I've got a few bullets in there already. But anyway, back to the desire, the belief, the focus, the urgency, the work ethic around driving a leg to 700 today. Well, let's quickly talk about your gauges, where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. And then I'll see what I can do to help boost it to a 10. Jump right in, somebody.
All right, good morning. I'm trying to pause to let others go first, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. My gauges, I would say they are my desire, my work ethic, and my belief are at a 10.
10 for what? Of driving a
For
leg to 700 in premium?
of driving a leg to 700 and well, okay. So my desire and my work ethic is a 10 for driving a leg to 700 today. My belief, my urgency, and my focus are a 5 for today only. And let me just turn my camera on so you can see my face. That's because Darnell Self is coming here tomorrow. I'm the regional manager, and I got 99 things to do today.
Okay, let me
Get
rephrase
that
the question
ready.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's great clarity. What are your gauges in the next 24 to 72 hours
10,
driving the leg to 700?
10,
In
10.
all
So
five?
when you said today, I just wanted to
I got
clarify.
that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 24 to 72 hours, your belief is a 10 that you
Yes.
can drive a leg to 700 in the next 20. Woo,
Yes.
you
Yes.
better go with your bad
Yep.
self. All right, that's what I want
Absolutely.
to know. Who's next? Oh, you got me fired up. All right now, because that wouldn't have been your answer weeks ago.
No.
I love it.
No.
Okay, who's next? Real quick. Today, first question is about today. Next question is within the next 24 to 72 hours. Go ahead. Who Ms. Franco?
Thanks, Coach. Excuse me. So for my gauges, desire is a 10, belief is a 10, focus is 5, urgency is 6, and work ethic is 5. And so those are my honest levels as far as where I am on the gauges.
And what do you think it would take to move those 5s to a 10?
To basically make my focus, because I actually spent, time talking to Natasha's team, motivating them, sharing my story, and, kind of getting those big launches done. But I need to redirect my focus now on getting Lucius to executive director. So everything that I'm breathing in is the focus on him. As well as because I know that his premium will actually add to the premium to get me to qualify to executive director. So right now I'm 400 out of the 1,400. And so that's what my focus is for me qualifying ED today, and also getting Lucius to director today. So I had told him in our next level call that was the focus, that everything that I'm breathing into now is going to be focused on me requalifying executive director, in turn getting him to director today.
Okay, so now to focus that even more, so who are you driving the 700 today? So for example, when I think of an executive director, this is big, everybody. When I think of an executive director, they have 2 legs that are going to 700. What are their 2 legs that are going to 700? And which one of those 2 legs am I driving to 700 today? So with that, Ms. Franco, now how would you respond in terms of who are you driving to 700 today? And we can think it through together if needed.
Okay. So off the top of my head, I'm seeing Pastor Glenn and James.
Are they in the same leg?
Oh, they are in the same leg. Okay, so Pastor Glenn.
No, that's good, because if they weren't, that's not focus. That's
Okay.
not laser focus.
Okay.
So who's the upline that you're driving the 700? So somebody is the person you're driving the 700, and they have several people under them that you're going to be working through to create that 700 in premium.
Right. So
So
that's
it
a
sounds to
good
me
key.
like Lucius is the person you're driving the 700,
Yeah.
and especially down Pastor Glenn's leg for Lucius. And that's a great choice. He's core.
He is
And
cool.
so driving him to 700 for Lucius is perfect because it's sustainable. He's core. He's a part of your B team
Right.
already. So, and that's a great focus. So I would say driving him and driving him to 700, and anybody above him will help with that premium as well. But that'll be perfect, driving him to 700. So then the question is, what's my plan to drive him to 700? What are the opportunities? When I think of driving a leg to 700, I think of 3 recruits straight down, driving those 3 recruits to manager. Who can I taproot today and just laser focus on that person, blocking off 40 minutes to send their first 40 text messages? You know, is there one person? Here, watch this. It's easier for me to drive one person who's on fire. Let's say if I got one person and I can get them to keep sending me text messages today, like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, it's easier for me to drive that one person than 3 different people. But let's say I'm driving that one person and they're doing 10 texts, 20 texts, 30 texts, 40 texts. I'm going to keep squeezing that lemon until I can't get any more juice out of it for the day because they got to go to work or they got to go. And then I move on to the next person for the day. Is that helpful?
Yes.
That is so helpful, Coach.
Okay. What clarity did you get?
The clarity is basically focusing on getting that one person versus saying, okay, I need to talk to these 3 people and drive. So all that energy is focused into that one person. So that way that makes it very doable.
and that might be 1 hour of
right,
focus.
exactly.
And then you do the same thing with the next person. Right. And if you can get 2 hours out of a person, that might be 2 hours of focus. And you're going to find some builders. You're going to find some new recruits through that person.
Right. Yeah.
I love this topic. Okay.
Fridays are my best days because everybody is pretty much done. And now I can just really focus on, just doing my business all day today.
Nice. Awesome.
And that's why I wanted to make sure that I had the directed focus to actually not be, sprinkling in all these other areas, but making sure that
laser focus. Perfect. Yep. It's the water hose versus the spray bottle.
Exactly.
Those settings on the spray bottle represent focus. There's the mist all over the place, not much impact. If I spray you with a mist, you won't even feel it. You just feel some moisture. But if I change the setting and it's a little more focused, you might feel it slap your face. But if I turn on that other one that's laser focused, it'll sting your skin a little bit if I'm squirting you with that laser focused one. And if I turn on the water hose, I can move you. And those are different levels of focus. That's a level 10 focus. And when you drive one person, that helps you take your focus to a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 versus scattered amongst 5, 10 different people. Right. And we're just talking about like 30-minute time block. Who's my one focus in this 30 minutes? Who's my one focus in this 1 hour? That's how you keep your focus at a level 10 and create massive movement. All right, Mr. Bailey, what your gauge is looking like?
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. I say desire, a 10, work ethic, a 10. My belief, I 100% believe I can take someone to 700 premiums today. That's a 10. My focus is a 6. My focus is a 6. And what's the last category? I'm sorry.
Desire, belief, focus, urgency.
Urgency is at a 7. I can pick that up too. But Coach, let me say this. I was shaking my head when you were talking because I often ask you, can you see around corners, right? So this is where I am. I have the leg that I want to drive.
With who?
With Mabel Campbell. But the person I want to drive, I have that is the person I want to the person that's more open to being driven is Darlene Edwards. She wants the senior director. She wants to go. She wants to go. Mabel, I have her lined up. She has people under her. She has, and even but in that leg, they are distracted. The people there, except for one, are distracted or not moving with the urgency that I want to encourage them to move with.
Except for who?
Fred. He's staying plugged in, Fred, but still not moving with that urgency. So I got somebody in one leg that's really motivated, that I can take, but
here's my suggestion. You ready?
Yes.
Is to remember to add that word today.
Today, yes.
That's and more specifically, this hour.
Yes.
Because it's less overwhelming. Because if you're thinking, even if you're thinking of all day, you're like, man, I want to drive Fred's line, but Darlene is ready. But if you add this hour, now you don't feel like you're neglecting one over the other. Because this hour, you're going to drive Darlene, and in the next hour, you're going to drive Fred.
Right.
And Mabel. So add that word, this hour, and that should help boost your focus to a 10.
Great.
Yeah. Does that help?
That helps a lot, this hour.
Big time. Isn't this like, this is next level stuff right here. All right, Mr. Boone. Where's Letitia? Her phone went to voicemail.
He's on the West Coast and probably asleep.
Hey, Coach, can I add one more thing?
Oregon or somewhere.
Can I add one more thing real quick?
Okay.
So, but the solution, we want that solution too. And that's very helpful. Also, with the one who is ready, from last night's training, I picked up something that I want to do with the people that are ready, which is we went over how many people Brian Crothers went through, how many people Jason Benji went through. I want to inspire those who are ready to go through 100, 200, more people quicker. That's how I take that one person to 700.
Yes, sir. Step 9.
Yes.
Step 9 in the checklist.
All right. To add that. Okay.
Mr. Boone, your gauges?
Yes, gauges. I don't know if I have these in order, but desire, definitely 10. Belief, 10. Focus, I'm going to have to say, like Pam, I have some regional manager responsibilities today, getting ready for our Super Saturday this weekend with John Hoffman. So part of my time today is going to be split with those responsibilities. So I'm putting my focus at an 8. Work ethic, I want to say 10, but I don't know if my focus on those regional manager responsibilities that I'll also have to put that at an 8.
Okay.
And the urgency is definitely a 10.
Okay. And then more specifically, who's the person, who you driving the 700?
The leg that I'm focused on today is it's actually Suki's leg, but it's under Jazzy. It's working down through Jazzy, and I'd say not because she is core or not because she's following the system, but just because she has contacts and she's putting me in touch with people. So I'm basically working through her
to find somebody core. Yeah. Yes. That's good thinking right there. Okay. Yeah. And so do you have an hour block to drive that leg?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So how many felt like your clarity or your gauges went up a couple of levels just being on this in this conversation today? Okay, good. So a couple other things. Did you all see me post and y'all might not know this about me. No, I'm not even going to speak that negativity. Anyway, what did you say?
I said, we know stuff about you that you don't know about you.
Right. I know that. So it'd be nice if y'all inform me from time to time. Send me a message. Let me know. All right. So here's what Okay, did y'all see me post the accountability that got us this momentum? Like the name of the people who we did 3-ways with. Did y'all see that yesterday?
Post where in the
The Baltimore
B25?
20 main chat. Yep, Baltimore 25. Yep, check it out. Please copy and paste that, and let's use that format in the B25 chat. At that exact format. Remember, everything we do is a franchise type system. So copy and paste that exact same format. Remember, what got this momentum going was when we started posting the 5 or more people that you did 3-way intros for every day. Y'all remember that? And how transformational it was to see, like, wow, I felt like it did so much work, but I only did 0 3-way intros, only did 1 3-way intro, only did 2 3-way intros out of the whole day. And it really helps you course correct quickly. In fact, that number of 3-ways is the real measurement of work ethic. Did y'all catch that?
Yes.
We measure our work ethic by the number of 3-ways necessary to achieve the goal. And so we were able to see not only the number of 3-ways for the day, but the tally so far for the month is what let us know how on track or off track we were. And so 5 a day is on track for senior director. 10 3-ways a day is on track for executive director. Now, we know this works for us because we proved it, right?
Right.
However, we said we're developing senior directors and executives. Well, in order for us to develop senior directors and executives, that means we need to get them posting their 5 a day and 10 a day to make sure that they're on track and building that same muscle that you all built to get over the hump of senior director and executive director. And that's the Baltimore 25 crew. It's not everybody in the organization, but the Baltimore 25 crew. And I think I made all of you admins to be able to add anybody to the Baltimore 25 chat that you think is serious about running for. They say they're serious about running for 5,000 plus per month this year. So we're now having everybody in the Baltimore 25. This is about to be my topic in a few minutes. We're going to have everybody in the Baltimore 25 posting using that same format so that we can see the names, they can see the names of who they did 3-ways for and start to course correct. And if y'all remember, it took a few weeks to get, took a few days to get used to it. And then it took a couple weeks for that momentum to kick in, where they're like, oh, they start getting into the groove. We've got to get your crew. If you say somebody's going senior director and they say they're going senior director, you have to be strong enough as a leader to empower them to take responsibility over their numbers. You got to be strong enough, bold enough, courageous enough, whatever the word is, to transfer that ownership to them to take ownership of their own numbers. Otherwise, they're still dependent on you, and you're the only one that's qualifying senior director and executive director. You've got to get them and to take ownership over their own numbers.
Yes.
Any quick takeaways from that?
No, that's good. Yes.
I like that as far as the ownership.
Yeah, I used to feel like, oh man, am I putting too much on this person? And I'm like, that's how you develop a leader. You got to put more weight on them than they were carrying before, or they're going to keep getting the same results they were getting before. And this is the weight. It's all of this is copy paste, by the way. Like, let's be real about what we're talking about. Copy paste, change the names as well. Any other quick comments?
One quick comment. I'm looking at the format now, Coach. I see you have guests after invites. I would suggest, since guest is a result, that you move that because it doesn't follow the flow that you've given everyone.
Okay, thank you. Will do.
Right, because you want to have the activity first, results come
Perfect.
last.
Will do.
Gotcha. And
Yeah,
and
so
also,
go
yeah,
ahead,
it's
Coach.
my total three-way intro so far says 87 plus. Really, 87 plus is not a definite number. It's either you did 87 or you didn't. So I would say make that a definite number.
Well, plus, we could talk about that. I said plus because there was more than 87. I just
Okay,
don't know the
I
exact
got
number.
you. Okay, I got you. That makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Carnes.
Yeah, so I was just gonna agree with the getting people to own their own numbers part because we do try to shelter people when we think it's too much for them. And what I've seen in the past several months, and specifically in the past two, that making sure that my team knows where we are is motivational for them. And they're like, okay, so how much more we got to go? So how much more we got to go? So if they really get into that team mindset of accomplishing a goal collectively, and that's working. That's working for our team. I
Good
just wanted
stuff.
to highlight, um, as you mentioned, I saw your comment this morning, but you sent it at 12:20 this morning. We had a manager. We had a produce the manager within her 45 days. It was not only the last day that she got the last stuff, but 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 11:45 p.m. that it happened. And I was helping her through the day. Laverne was helping her because she's the recruit of Laverne Moore. And they got it done. They got it done. They sent me a text message. Laverne sent me a text message saying done. I was like, what? So we got on the call
Yes.
together and we mapped, talked about what happened and what the guy said, what Laverne said. And it was exciting to hear Diane just so impressed with Laverne. And I was
Nice.
like, yeah. She said, Miss Carnes, you were helping me today. Laverne was helping me. She said, without you two ladies, it wouldn't have happened at all. So I was just excited to see that. And Coach mentioned
Awesome.
building, what do you call it, Coach? In my text, you said, let me see what you said. You're training, you're raising up champions who just make it happen. Yeah,
Mm,
that part, raising up some little Pam Carnes, as,
there we go.
as Bailey was saying.
Okay. Yeah,
That's right.
that's major. Congratulations. I'm glad you said that because that was the last note I wanted to drive is that really the stories within your power team, you got to create a story that like every day somebody's moving up. Every day somebody's getting senior associate. Every day somebody else just went manager. Wow. In our power team, not the whole team platinum. In our power team, somebody new just went senior associate today. In our power team, somebody just went manager today. In our power team, somebody just signed up a new membership today. That somebody just qualified Performance Club already today. The first three goals: make a culture in your team. This is how you boost their desire, belief, urgency, work ethic, etc. Focus is when they keep seeing those wins within your power team. It's like, wow, our power team is a winning power team. Okay, real quick, what was that? Last thing. Mr. Boone. Uh, you, I have invites and then guests, and then three ways. Oh, invites, then three ways, then guests. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, guess should be last because it's a result. It interrupts the
Right.
flow of
Three ways and then guests. Got it.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Got you covered. All right, family. This is it, y'all. This right here. We want to master this skill of driving a leg to 700 today. Yesterday, I had 20 plus text messages before 9 a.m. Three ways before 9 a.m. I think I hit over 30 before 9 a.m. I'm like, I'm a beast. I can go take a nap. And I took a little quick nap. And then I get it again. But you see what I'm saying? Before 9 a.m. People aren't thinking like this in Legal Shield. We're not comparing to Legal Shield. We're comparing, I'm trying to beat McDonald's. I'm trying to beat In-N-Out Burger, Chick-fil-A, that line, how many cars they have moving through their drive-through. That's what we're competing against. We're franchising here. And that's why we're breaking records that have never been seen in Legal Shield before. We're about to break records because we just think different. So ED equals
Every day.
Every
what time
day.
is it?
Ring time.
Next up.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Love y'all. Let's get it.
Let's get it.